Got some early morning science for you. This is from Princeton University. Well, actually, the first one is from Keith L. Moore, Essentials of Human Embryology, Toronto, 1988. Human development begins after the union of male and female gametes, or germ cells, during a process known as fertilization, aka conception. Fertilization is a sequence of events that begin with the contact of a sperm with a secondary oocyte, ovum, and ends with the fusion of their pronuclei and the mingling of their chromosomes to form a new cell. This fertilized ovum, known as a zygote, is a large diploid cell that is the beginning of a human being. The next one is from Princeton University, the HarperCollins Illustrated Medical Dictionary, from New York, 1993, page 146. Embryo, an organism that is in the earliest stage of development in a human from the time of conception to the end of the second month in the uterus. So something cool to know about, as soon as a child is conceived, the DNA of the unborn child is separate from that of the mother. The moment of conception, the baby's gender is determined, whether male or female, and we can't tell the gender until later on, but it receives a chromosome from the father and a chromosome from the mother, and depending on which chromosome it receives from the father, depends on whether it's a male or female. And if it receives an X chromosome from the father, it produces a female child, and if it gets a Y from the father, it produces a male. So this is a study, this is an official scientific study. A sample of 5,502 biologists from 1,058 different academic institutions assessed the statements representing the biological view: a human life begins at fertilization. So they asked all these scientists, is this statement true? A consensus is the overwhelming majority. A consensus affirmed each of the three statements representing that view. So between 75 and 91% agreed that human life begins at fertilization. Overall, 95 of the biologists affirmed this view. Actually, 95 of the biologists affirm the view, so which is 5,212 out of 5,502. The participants were separated into 60 groups, and each statement was affirmed by a consensus of each group, including biologists that identified as very pro-choice, 69 to 90%, very pro-life, 92 to 97, very liberal, 70 to 91%, very conservative, 94 to 96%, strong Democrats, 94 to 91%, and strong Republicans, 89 to 94%. So that's just saying that they're taking people from different places, putting them in different groups with different worldviews, with different opinions on the topic, and different opinions on the topic that I don't want to say the word because you know how they be on here. But they're taking people from all over. They're taking Democrats, Republicans, pro-choice, pro-life, and they're all biologists, all official scientists, and they're asking them, does life begin at fertilization? From the moment of fertilization. And overall, 95% of all the biologists affirmed the biological view that a human's life begins at fertilization. Again, that's 5,212 out of a total of 5,502.